I got something that I want to show everyone. Now, one of the biggest comments that I get throughout social media is typically in regard to my tires and how the internet feels my tires too worn out. This is a good start right here. We got some brand new tires to put on our 4-seat car. Not quite the rear steer car yet. However, I'm working on trying to get a set for those ones too. So these tires are 42 by 13.5 rim 20 Nitto KOH spec tires. And so what the KOH spec means is that these are non-DOT. These are basically a sticky, softer type compound for rock crawling. These are our 35-inch tires on our daily driver Jeep. These are like a DOT compound, which actually feel kind of soft on their own. Like when you feel, you can move the lug pretty easy. And these, the KOH spec, are supposed to be more of a sticky type compound. You can see right there the size difference versus a 35-inch tire. So one of the most important parts about rock crawling is the tires. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is just how much a set of tires like this cost. This tire right here is a 42-inch BFG KR2, and it's basically got a thicker, tougher sidewall with a similar compound as these BFG Reds. These BFG Reds, this is a 42-inch BFG Red, these are known as, you know, pretty much the best rock crawling tire you can get. The only problem with them, they have kind of a weak sidewall, and they cost a fortune, and they're hard to get. So that's one of the biggest problems with these tires. One little thing that people don't realize is even when these things wear down like this, they still hook up amazing. Even when this tire was like this still hooks up amazing. Even though they don't have the tread on there, they still hook up really good. And that's what surprises people who don't know much about this. It's amazing. We were out with these just the other week and they hook up so good. One of the things I'm afraid of is I'm going to put these new tires on and they're not going to hook up as good as these old ones. But they're sure going to look a whole lot better. So here we've got a BFG Red label. And here we got the Nitto KOH spec. And so basically the Nitto is just, they're about the same height. This tire is about 95%. You can see it's just started to round the lugs off. So I would say height wise they're pretty comparable if this one was 100% full. But the Nitto is skinnier. It's a skinnier tire. Probably kind of hard to see. Maybe I can, if I go like that, you can kind of see it's a bit skinnier, but they're about the same height. So I'll be interested to try this out just to see how it works out. See if that really makes a difference or not. So I'll let everyone know. Loosen up all the lug nuts. So another thing that I got to do is start taking off this beadlock ring, and then that will expose this first bead. But one thing I got to do is take my flap disc and clean all of this up, because it's going to be hard to get a socket in there. I'm probably going to have to pound it in there because this ring is all galled up from years of rock rash. Now is the fun part of removing every one of these bolts. Pulling the rock ring off, I might just run the flap disc over it, kind of clean that up, freshen it up a little bit, make it look nice. Alright, so this is a handy dandy little tool that I just picked up that's going to make my life a lot easier. Now there's 3 different ways that I'm aware of for breaking that inner bead when you're at home. This is going to be the easiest way, and I will demonstrate how that works. One of the ways that I've used in the past is by using my engine hoist, which I'll demonstrate right here. I've used the engine hoist basically with some straps to pull the rim right out of there. Now that doesn't always work very great. I've only had mixed success with that. Another way that I've done it is to use my big trailer right there and to use the electric jack on the front, and I'll demonstrate that right here. Both of those ways, using the electric jack, I've had the most success. However, I'm anxious to try this because I've heard great reviews on it. Looking forward to trying it out. So this is how the bead buster works. The hardest part is getting this under there with a bead that's as tough as these. I basically had to stick it under my trailer jack, push down on it just to get it started. So I tried every other way to get this to start. I just couldn't get it to start. But then we just go like this, put the impact up there, and we go like this. You can see just how tough these beads are, and I have to be careful not to break this lip by using too much force. Bucket, kids, you see how to get a bead off a tire?
No.
You see that? You don't see this? What I'm doing right here?
No.
No.
Yeah?
Well, you kids have to do the next one all by yourself.
No.
Yep, all by yourself.
There's more.
Your dog's barking.
This right here.
Put a little soap on the bead. Makes it fall in there easier. Till that goes all the way through. Huh?
Playing.
Are you playing or are you helping?
Both.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Hey, Adam's right here.
I got one tire done. Now I have to fill it up with air.
Okay, washers.
We'll wait to do that.
No more washers.
All right, what's going on over here, Ems? What are you doing?
Work.
Work.
Work after work.
Work after work. Well, these are going on your buggy. Now let's. They're gonna look pretty sharp. Fresh new tires. Getting the anti-seize on all the bolts. Someone had asked me about that last time. I didn't use them last time, and the bolts came out just fine, but it just helps them come out easier next time, so we're putting them on there. Oh well, just chipping away. This has bad idea written all over it, Emily.
Oh, Maddie came up with it.
Maddie.
Ah!
This looks like a good way to get hurt.
Oh, ready? Yeah.
I don't like this one.
Like a hamster wheel.
So first impressions of these new tires on this rock crawler. These things look good. I really think these tires look awesome. Like, they have a great look to them. They're tall, they're skinny. You can see, kind of comparing it to the old ones. The old ones look a little bit wider, those look a little bit narrower. They're a little bit taller, of course, because they're new, there's more tread. But don't mind this blown up motor right here. We're gonna be disposing of that, but I just had to get these tires on. And you know what? I like the way these look so much. I'm not quite finished mounting them, but I found another set on Instagram. A guy's selling a set. He's selling basically 5 tires for the price of 4. They're brand new, still have the stickers on them. I'm gonna go pick them up for this buggy. That's right. We're gonna get this one outfitted with the same tires. That will give me a new set of tires for each car and one spare. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. These will be set up with tires for a while. But first I've gotta go get them. So I'm on my 3rd tire now, and one issue I'm having is getting this to go under that lip right there. I tried to push down on it with my hands and tried to really put some weight into it, but these BFG, they got really tight beads on them. So what I found was the easiest thing was to resort back to my old trailer, and I'm not pushing it down as far as if I would, because it's still hard to remove the bead with this. So this is what I'm going to do. Almost. So just doing that just a little bit helped get that tool in there. Now you're probably wondering, well, why don't I just finish it with this jack? Well, because it's actually really hard to get this jack just in the perfect spot to push down on this bead and push it all the way off. It's easier to use the tool since I have the tool. It's just hard to get this started right here if you don't have a way to push down on the bead. And then it just goes under the lip like that. Then I loosen it back up and move it over here. Alright, there we go. I worked it all the way around. Got this entire thing off. It is an easier way to get the bead off. You can use something like that. The hard thing is just lining it up on the edge. I actually bent this one time using it, trying to use it in this manner. So it works, but it's not really the right tool. But it did help me get this on there for the first time. One thing that I do when trying to line up these rock rings, because the beads on these tires are usually pretty thick, is just use some longer bolts to help keep everything in line. And then once I have the longer bolts there, I can put the shorter ones in and start getting those in. And then I just keep working my way in a star pattern all the way till I get it completely tight. This is always a fun part. Now all I do is air them up until that outside bead pops, then they're good to go. Might put a little bit of a polish on these rims to get some of that dull stuff, but other than that, looking pretty clean. So as I was getting my brand new tires all mounted up, I couldn't help but notice someone had listed some more tires on Instagram for sale of the exact same kind. So it was a pretty good deal. I basically got 5 tires for the price of 4, so I went ahead and picked them up. So as you can see in the rear view behind me, we basically got a whole nother set of tires to put on the rear steer car here one of these days. And then what we're gonna do is have an extra spare that can go to either of the cars. So both cars will have the same tires, so it's all interchangeable, and we'll have a spare. That's it. You're good.